and sometimes he's on McCree and he's a McCreeper. Anyway, we're not seeing McCree much today. That will likely be a change if his patch goes live. We've been seeing more McCree lately. It's not completely out of the meta. Just some teams prefer to not run him. Volataja was like a top tier McCree, just hasn't been playing him lately. For Reunited. But on the defense of SG-1 on Gibraltar as we roll out, it is going to be the tanks I mentioned earlier. They've been playing great for this team since the inception of SG-1. Fraggy is on Roadhog. Mafu will be on the Winston. Kinnel, that looks like a new addition to this SG-1 squad. Kinnel is on the Mercy. Himsey on Reaper. Seta on Lucio. Zappis on Soldier 76.
Yeah, so you know he's replacing. We mentioned that he had some rough games here. Kinnel is replacing Lizay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Lizay was their Mercy before. Kinnel might be. We don't know if it's a sub-in or replacement. We can ask a little bit later on, but my guess is that it might be a replacement since Lizay did have some rough games. So we'll see how that goes for the SG-1 side. Meanwhile, taking a look here at Reunited as they set up is going to be Volataja on the 76, Winghaven on Winston, Kib on Genji, Morte on Mercy, Cruz on Lucio, and Unfixed going to be on the Reaper.
Right, so pretty standards coming out here. Kib on that Genji is a little bit interesting, but Genji on Gibraltar has been kind of a staple. You want your DPS to be able to take high ground. If you're not going to run a Fairy, you kind of have to run a Genji. You can't just, you know, rely on stairs as your method of transportation.
Look, stairs are great. You can use them. They give you exercise. I don't know why you're hitting on stairs here, Hex. But defense, offense poking out here to start with. And Fraggy, the aggressive Roadhog poke here from the defense working out. And SG-1 potentially going to take this right to the offense. Usually the defense stays a little bit further back, but they got that first pick. They feel empowered. They take out Morte immediately. And SG-1 building some free ult here at Reunited's expense.
Yeah, I mean, Volataja walked up those stairs and then was immediately hooked and killed. Ended that fight before it even started.
It's always risky for the defense to go for that, though, because if they get picked off in the attempt, it is so bad for actually holding right before the hangar.
Right. But that's kind of their whole plan. They were all hiding behind that door. They're just going to roll out of server room now. They're going to fight up top again. Volataja dies again.
Barte gets hooked in once again, and this aggressive defense of SG-1 is really working out. They are just taking it to Reunited right now. Whole lot comes down from Fraggy. Wasn't really needed, but whole lot comes up so frequently, it's hard to call it a waste either.
Yeah, I mean, to push them all the way back to spawn is effectively completely resets this offense yet again. Volataja switching. He's had enough. The Soldier 76 is too squishy for him. He comes up on D.Va instead.
Don't usually see D.Va here and trying to break this particular part of the server. It's not completely unprecedented, but it's a rare pick. As Reunited right now, they're focusing on the payload. They don't want to go in on that immediately. They just want to bring the payload forward. Fraggy gonna go down pretty early there, so this D.Va approach working out for Reunited here thus far, and she hasn't even been buffed yet, Hex.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh, here comes Death Awesome though from Himsey, spinning right in, takes out Kib, looking for a little bit more. Reunited hang in there as Volataja picks up another kill on D.Va. Nerf this.
Yeah,
this.
Really nice res comes in too, brings up 5. That's going to keep the momentum and cart pushing forward. This is going to be Reunited's point after the first couple decent holds from SG-1.
I'm a little bit surprised Reunited was able to take that as easily as they did. The D.Va clearly doing a whole lot of work for them. Kib right now piling on, able to take out Kinnel. Morte goes down in the back, so it's not a full, not fully in Reunited's favor, but they do pile on, take out Himsey as well, so. This is where SG-1 needs to calm down a little bit, regroup. They will have Sound Barrier, they have Tac Visor. It's going to be Sound Barrier versus Sound Barrier here probably in just a moment. Winghaven just very deep though, perhaps a little bit too deep.
Well, they haven't been able to set up defensively yet. They're trying to get on top of the shuttle now, but they're getting kind of peppered as they try to get up there. Fraggy does make the jump eventually. This is a weird fight.
Fixing to get booped right off. He's going to teleport right back up. Boop me off, I'll come right back up. D.Va buying a little bit of space, and this has been a weird fight here for the top of the hangar. Kib, though, does take out Himsey. Here comes the Tac Visor from Zappis, looking to the entirety of the Reunited flank. Not gonna get quite as much as he wants though. Having used most of it on tanks. Kinnel goes down in the back to Kib. SG-1 in a little bit of trouble here. They won't have Mercy res up. Meanwhile, you look at Morte. Morte went down as well, but not gonna matter as Reunited gets all the kills to their favor.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't necessarily Kinnell's fault. He actually did a good job of avoiding a lot of damage. He went to his Winston to try to get someone to help him get that Genji off him, but Genji was just really dead set on diving him. Just Kinnell got taken out there. Now it's still, this brawl remains to take place in weird spots. Valataja gets a couple more kills. Kinnell goes down again. Himsy able to get a kill. I think that SG-1 needs to give up some big ground here and just reset.
Yeah, SG-1, they were not able to reset during the entirety of the hangar phase. I mean, once D.Va has come into play, has been absolutely miserable for them. And Valataja right now has no reason to even get off of this.
No, now they do actually finally reset just based on the map. There's no reason to fight out where they were. So Valataja is going to come in, though.
Valataja driving a hard bargain, driving right into the middle of the SG-1 side. Kim takes out Kinnell once more. Kinnell's been having a rough game ever since the first point. Things not working out too well for him. And Valataja, he's going to go for the ultimate here as soon as he gets knocked out of this. So, gets knocked right to the ground. Not ulting just yet. Unfixed with the double kill in the backline. And, oh my goodness, everything going in Reunited's way right now. And SG-1, they have not been a firm 6 defending since the hangar phase, or since right before the hangar phase.
Yeah, since that first phase. Now they're just really in trouble. Unfixed is up top of the Death Blast, and he's going to finish out Kinnell yet again. This has been rough.
He's able to go right in here. We'll see if SG-1 can stabilize at all right now. Right now, it's not looking good. D.Va ult coming out here from Valataja. Doesn't take out anyone. Will force people out and about. SG-1, they just need something here. Himsy right now looking for Morte. Not able to get it. Valataja takes him down from the back. Tatum not able to use Sound Bear before going down. Rez is going to come up. He's going to use Sound Bear immediately off of this. They're breaking it down. Himsy, will you be the hero here once more? Himsy was the hero the other day for SG-1. But it's been light on heroics right now versus Reunited. Again, another D.Va all coming up here from Valataja. Will it hit pay dirt? Takes out Zappis. D.Va on D.Va violence. Reunited slowly but surely picking apart the remnants of this SG-1 defense, and they might have this here, Hex.
Yeah, that's it now. Kinnell did come in towards the end, but they are able to lock it up with 4:38 remaining on the clock. So 4:22 is the time. That is a very...
No, I was going to say, I think Gibraltar has 10 minutes.
Is it 10? Well, 5:22 is still fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... they just bled. They bled all throughout that. The hangar phase is the phase where you should be able to defend the longest on this map. It is a really defensible position if you can ever get set up. They never got set up. They tried to take the rooftops back, but they were doing it while having to fight into Reunited, who was already on that shuttle phase. So not a good look for SG-1, just never able to put a full defense together. I think Kinnell's still adjusting that team as he died a couple times too. Not all of them were completely his fault though, so I think the team is still adjusting to him as a Mercy player as well. It's going to take a little bit, but a good time coming out for Reunited. 5:22, the time to beat on Gibraltar.
Yeah, that was the case where Reunited did not start out particularly great in that game, but once they got through that very first point, they were rolling. SG-1 was never able to reestablish. There was always someone for Reunited in the backline keeping things going for them, and it was just a rough go for SG-1. Not what we've been accustomed to seeing from them. Usually we have seen heroics come out from Himsy, but Himsy really had a bit of a quiet game there, at least by his standards.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Valataja just died immediately in the first 2 fights. After that, it was all Reunited. So I think he's going to be trying to stay alive a little longer now. On the defense, he's going to be playing Soldier 76. Cruz is on Lucio. Unfixed on Farah. Morte on Mercy. Kib on the Reaper. And Winghaven will play a defensive Winston.
Meanwhile, take a look here at the offense coming out from the side of SG-1. It's going to be Fraggy here on the Reinhardt, Himsy on the Roadhog, Seda on Lucio, Zappis going to be on the 76, Mafu on Reaper, and Kinnell going to be the final piece here on the Mercy. We'll see if the attacking time here of SG-1 can beat what Reunited did, but 5:22, that is a hard time to beat, Hex.
Yeah, Reunited's positioning is a little weird here. They're kind of just all holding in different spots. This is that hybrid defense where you're just holding high ground, not really server room sellout or trying to hold the top ground, and they're going to let the offense come in a little bit. Reaper's going to try to get behind, and they're just going to really rely on Valataja on his 76 to just harass constantly.
And Valataja on 76, no place is he more comfortable than right here on top. This is a great place for a 76. Winghaven on the defensive Winston, able to get right to the back line, takes out Zappis early on. And REUNITED could be a little bit more aggro here if they want to, but it's good on SG-1 to sort of back up and say, look, you want to fight into us, you are going to have casualties that you cannot stand.
Yeah, Kib's always going to be up here on his Reaper, and he's going to wait for them to go in, and he's going to come in behind. His primary target, of course, is the Mercy, so if they drop down through the arch, you're going to see him come down through the arch afterwards and try to get into their back lines.
No speed boost does come in here from the defense. Kib decides, you know what, maybe I don't need to go in just yet. The offensive SG-1 being a little bit tentative. And Mafu, though, able to take out Winghaven. Winghaven gets punished for going a little bit too deep in. Down goes Kib. That's 2 quick kills. Morte gonna have to res the Fallen here. And note that Kindle's still alive here in the back, which means the offense now, they can be a lot more aggro. As long as Kindle stays alive, everything will work out in their favor. As Himsy gets another big hook. Down goes Unfixed. And here comes the log. SG-1 looking much better here on this attack than they have pretty much all map long.
Yeah, here comes a late sound barrier from Cruz. They don't want to give up this positioning as Valataja hits his attack visor, takes down Seta. They still have not had an answer for this high ground. The res does come in, brings up the Fallen for SG-1.
One problem here for SG-1 is that Morte's about to get another res here. They didn't push the issue while Morte's res was down. Zappa's though able to take out Winghaven on the attack visor, takes out 2 at the aid of Mafu. And things still work out here for SG-1. They should be able to get this point.
Morte's going to get that res.
Oh no, Morte comes out the res. He does get the res a little bit later in the fight. Immediately met by the Earthshatter. Death Blossom comes to the back. Kib says, you're not taking it just yet. Gets the double kill. Still in favor of SG-1 in terms of raw numbers.
Yeah, Unfixed did use his barrage too to try to clean up that brawl. It is 3v3 on the cart. Mafu spins nowhere, gets nothing. They are a meter away from contesting this point. It's 2v2 right now. Next kill might seal it.
I don't really know why Mafu used the Death Blossom there. I might come to regret it as REUNITED is starting to swarm back onto this point. They're pushing SG-1 back, and coming back from the brink is REUNITED as Kib just moving forward. Damage boosted. Take out Mafu immediately. Winghaven with the cleanup. And you know what would have been useful there, Hex?
I tend to agree. It was very odd because one of the problem was that they were both on the high ground. Like all of the threats from REUNITED were on high ground. Unfixed was up on Farah. The Mercy and Valataja were up top, and then he Death Blossomed on the ground. I just don't understand what he was trying to get done with it. Maybe he fat fingered it. It was that bad.
Very well could have been. Sometimes misclicks are a thing. SG-1 now, they're rolling right in. No subtlety whatsoever. Soundbear, though, comes in from the defense of REUNITED, and I don't like this approach from SG-1 at all. They're just getting taken out one by one. Kindle is already dead, was super exposed, and even though Zappas is coming here with attack visor, Morte's still alive. What does it matter who you kill? They're just gonna get rezzed up.
Yeah, the res does come in from REUNITED. Himsy's getting a couple kills, though. They're trying to pull this back off the strength of their tank play, but now he finds himself all alone. He gets cleaned up as well. There's only, what, minute 30 left to finish out this entire map.
Yeah, time-wise, everything going fair with REUNITED. Kib comes in with the finishing Death Blossom here, going to take out 3 people towards the end.
GG.
And there you have it, SG-1, they're just gonna GG. They know that that game is over.
Yeah, moments where they had an advantage, they just weren't able to capitalize on it from SG-1 and pretty much just out-DM'd there. Some questionable ults, to say the least, and yeah, it's partly because of how quick REUNITED was able to cap that. There's a lot of pressure on them to be able to win fights decisively, so they're just trying to hammer ults, things like that, but yeah, REUNITED's defense looked good.
Alright, so we'll see what the next map is going to be in the series. But yeah, REUNITED, they came out super, super strong. Well, let's clarify. After the very beginning of their attack on Gibraltar, they came out a little bit weak there. But once they got that first team wipe, SG-1 was never able to recover. And their defense, when they swapped off sides, was equally strong and definitely gave SG-1 some fits.
Yeah, so we are going to Hollywood, it looks like. Just deciding
will be the next map. They're asking if we're ready. We're ready. Team should be ready, and we're going to get right into it.
All right. Let's see what else is going on in the bracket, if other teams have finished up matches or not.
REUNITED, Kib comes in with the finishing Death Blossom here, going to take out 3 people. No. I didn't even open the bracket. It loaded the thing on its own. I got to figure out how to load our website without it auto-loading the stream.
Well, prepare for baby rage. I'm sure that's incoming.
Oh, it is going to be so loud. The baby rage is going to be unreal. I wasn't even actively doing anything. I muted it in the past. Actually possessed.
It just wants you to watch Overwatch on our channel. That's it.
Really?
All right, so Misfits is taking on 2 Strong in the other side of this bracket. Lower bracket's actually moving at a pretty decent pace, as well as those are best of ones clearing up. REUNITED still alive. They're facing off against Melty in that best of one, so that should be interesting. But
storylines developing both in the winner side of things and the lower bracket as well. Of course, we'll be hopping to lower bracket likely after the winners finals, which will be taking place just after this. Could be a REUNITED Misfits winners finals, and that would be great. However, they have to get through SG-1 first. Take a look here at REUNITED as they set up here on the defense. Is going to be unfixed here on the Pharah. Kib on the Roadhog. Volataja on the Reaper. Cruz on Lucio. Winghaven on Reinhardt. And Morte going to round it out here on the Mercy. I was about to say Mercio, but on the Mercy.
Pretty standard looking defense there. Nothing surprising, nothing super interesting either. It's been the defense that European teams have been running on Kings Row, or not Kings Row, Hollywood, rather. No Symmetras, no Junkrats. They're just kicking it with that lineup for the most part. Offensively, though, also a standard looking lineup as Fraggy's going to be playing Reinhardt. Mafu will be on Pharah, on Lucio. Zappis flexes on Nazaria. Himsy on his Street Pig, and Kinnel will play the Mercy. So triple tank has been kind of the standard here for offenses on Hollywood, no exception from SG-1.
SG-1 moving in, and we'll see, will this be a quick attack or will it be more methodical? Teams have both approaches here in Hollywood, but lately it's been much more blitz offense than not. A lot of that I think has to do with Roadhog. With Roadhog, you just want to be very aggressive looking for pickoffs, and usually one team will get it pretty darn quickly. First big hook, though, will be coming out here from the defense. Gonna get Zarya shielded right off as Fraggy able to take out Winghaven, so down a shield tank, REUNITED now vulnerable. SG-1 moving right onto the point, but Kib and Volataja immediately retaliating in turn. They're not going to let this go down without a fight. Volataja laying shot over shot. Down goes Himsy. You can't let Volataja do this. You must focus him, or he will just cleave through your tanks. Whole lot coming out here from the defense, and despite Winghaven's early death, REUNITED should be able to push us back.
Yeah, they're getting some nice kills post-resurrection. Most importantly, Unfixed does come over the top, takes down Kimmel. Seta also down. No support remaining for the 2 tanks of SG-1 on the point. They get cleaned up post-haste.
My ultimate is ready.
So now we enter in the ultimate phase of the game. Both teams with them up. It's really going to depend on, I mean, a lot of it can depend sometimes on who hits the better Earth Shatter here, as both will be available.
Let's drop the beat.
And well, here comes Zombie coming out here from the side of the offense there, rolling right into it. Mafu on the top, taking out Unfixed. Here comes a barrage. That's going to clean things up. That's a double kill. Make it a triple kill with the aid of Himsy. Rezo comes out from Morte. Life still in REUNITED, yet Unfixed with the Sound Bearer coming in on the top. Might be seeing a barrage here in just a moment. He's waiting for it, looking for Zappis. Takes him out with normal rockets. First shot comes down from Winghaven, knocks down 2, and REUNITED, are they going to fight their way out of this jam? The res comes out from Kinnel, and Unfixed is holding on to his barrage for a really long time. I feel like that's a bad habit of Unfixed. He is known for just holding on to ults forever and ever and ever. I feel like at some point, Hex, he should have barraged there.
Yeah, probably. But I think he wants it for the next phase at the very least. But that is a good point you bring up. He has been patient to a fault in some instances. And so, yeah, that is going to be the point captured for SG-1 as they move forward. It's interesting to see we finally have a McCree on the field today. That is Zappis on the offensive McCree here. We'll see if they switch up a little bit different too. I think they could use a Winston in this comp at some point.
Do have a hook immediately coming in here, pulling one off the rooftop here for the defense. Winghaven, though, takes out Himsy in turn. Himsy regretting that hook in a hurry. I don't know, by the way, Volataja does have Death Blossom. Unfixed has Barrage, so a lot of options here for the defenses. Zappis, though, laying in shot of a shot, able to take out Unfixed. Morte is down. The Barrage comes in from Mafu right after. And out of nowhere, SG-1 going to clean up that fight in a hurry. It comes down to Morte getting picked. Really bad news for REUNITED.
Yeah, they're rolling, and they didn't even have to use a ton of resources to do it. Barrage was nice, was able to take down Morte.
Super Mega Roboto, just hold on a second. There, yeah, the Comcast Nation does attack from time to time. Hex has been having a rough go of it. The defense right now is going to be coming right back here onto the point. We'll have one more chance to stop SG-1 here. Here comes a Deadeye, though, from Zappis in the back line, looking for those happy little skulls. Going to be a part of why Winghaven goes down there. 2 kills here from SG-1. Fraggy here in the back, swinging the hammer. Will go down as Kib gets the double kill. Rez coming out from both sides. Morte and Kittle both bringing up the fallen heroes. Kib, he's got a Dragon Blade up here in just a moment. Looking for it. Here comes Dragon Blade. A cluster of people looking for Kindle. Will take out Kindle. Looking for more. Will he get out on Zappos? Takes out Zappos. Gets the triple kill. There's the ult that Kib has been looking for all day, Hex.
Yeah, I finally got it. Yeah, sorry for the Mr. Roboto. I would be writing a strongly worded letter or pleading for them to fix things on Monday. One of the two. Yeah, that was a great ult from Kib. He finally redeemed the Shimada name that's been struggling all day. The Genjis have just not had a good day overall. It's not just been Kib, but you mentioned it before. That's one thing they probably need to work on is Kib's ultimates. A really nice start for him there.
For United, they still have full control here of the streets phase. They're on the rooftops. The offense has a little bit of trouble in deciding how they want to get through here. It was looking good for SG-1 on the last push, but they've effectively given up everything that they had off of that. As Winghaven able to take out Himsy, punishes them, and it's already a 65 in favor of Reunited. Offense has to back out, wait for Himsy, and it's never really where you want to be. As Unfixed chaining the deaths, takes out Seda with a very long-range rocket.
Yeah, they're full control now on this point. Most of their ultimates up. Zappos is going to have a Deadeye. Not had a ton of work getting done from his McCree so far, too, but I think they might be banking ults here, try to get a nice big fight going for him, but they've yet to take over high ground. Kib's just been raining damage on him.
Zappos right now with the Deadeye trying to turn his favor. Gonna eat a Fire Strike instead. Unfixed with the flank. Gonna get the double kill from behind. Rez forced out from Kinnel here, but Kib just piling on. Takes out Mafu, saying justice not raining from above in this instance.
Heroes never
Yeah, very nice. They only need a few more kills here to finish this out. Kinnel will get taken out, and should be another full wipe here coming up from Reunited. Seda trying to be sneaky, gets onto payload when no one is looking, but gets taken out anyways.
Kib's been phenomenal this game. He's been nigh unkillable on his Genji. Yeah, I thought he was in a rough situation there. He uses the movement abilities to get out. He's been above on this roof the whole time. I still think that they need to focus on maybe taking rooftop here. They've never really done it. A Winston, I think, would be a great addition to this to deal with Kib, who's been the problem for him.
Well, Kib about to have another Death Blossom at the ready here in just a moment. Won't have a sound barrier, but neither will the offense. And for SG-1, this is probably their last good offensive attempt, given how long it takes to get back in order. They are all in the building. They're committing to it. I don't like this approach. Reunited right now holding all the cards, and Fragging gonna go down as a result. Kib able to get in there, picks off two. Might not even need the Dragon Blade. Will use it though, takes out Kinnel. Everything going Reunited's way, and SG-1, they died quick enough there that they will get another attempt, but Reunited could really just poke them out before they even get to the card.
Fraggy was the only one who had like an ultimate to use there, so it looked like he was going forward. He was trying to get some positioning going, but no one really followed up, and then he started retreating when he realized his team wasn't coming with him. He got just completely segmented off of the rest of his team, picked out early, and they needed him alive in that fight. Last push coming for SG-1.
SG-1 here and on the way. Kib will get poked out a little bit early. Voltage and Fixo striking blood, and they take out Mercy immediately. This might be GG. All right, 3 kills. 3 people are not going to be able to take out the remainder of Reunited here, barring some ridiculous heroics from Himsy. Very unlikely, though. Kinnel's dead, and there's just not a res on the menu here for SG-1. That is going to be where the payload rests.
Well, good luck from Reunited. Good luck from a Genji finally today. I think they at some point needed to switch that composition. I think that it's way too valuable, the high ground on Hollywood. Yes, you can get by with kind of just maybe forcing ground fights, but they weren't winning ground fights either. So at some point you need to start taking high ground. Kib just stayed up there the entire time on his Genji, was getting so much free damage and then getting dragon ults as well, making good use of them too. So I would have switched into maybe like a Winston there, give some help to give the rooftops, maybe Genji of your own, something there. But Zappos stayed on that McCree. Work out for him, and now Reunited only has to push the carts a little bit through the second stage to be able to take this map away from SG-1.
Well, that means for SG-1, their best hope of actually being able to hold this Hex is simply by holding point A. If they get taken out on point A, that's probably going to be it. Reunited will stamp their way right to the winner's final. So, rough times here for SG-1. Not impossible to do, but they definitely need to come out with a stronger defense than we've seen from them here thus far. And comprising that defense is going to be Mafu here on the Pharah, Kinnel on the Mercy, Zappos on the Roadhog, Himsy going to be on the Reaper, Seda on Lucio, and Fraggy going to be the final piece here on the Reinhardt.
Yeah, offense looks a little bit different than the SG-1 offense. SG-1 offense was running triple tank. I think they're going to run this with a solo support. It's going to be Morte on Mercy. Don't be deceived by him on Hanzo now that it's not happening. He might Sonic Arrow and then switch to Mercy. Unfixed will be on Pharah, Winghaven on Reinhardt, Cruz on Lucio, Valataja on Reaper, and Kib. Why wouldn't you play Genji after the game he just had?
Alrighty, so offense for Reunited going to be on the way, and Morte not going to be on the McCree, despite what you might think. He's going to be switching to Mercy. Morte just entertaining dreams of being on a DPS hero at some point. Maybe he'll, Morte did play pretty well in the past in other FPS games. You might see him be a anime when it comes out.
I hope that we see many anime. Super interesting character. So Rihanna gets in here and he takes a lot.
Oh, you're robotoing, Hex. Right now, the offense moving in, not taking their time at all. Winghaven just moving in, swinging the hammer. They're not running a Roadhog here, though, so they're not going to have Roadhog picks to really rely on. A little bit more old-fashioned coming out here from the side of Reunited. Like, for them, they don't really feel a huge sense of time pressure, but here comes Unfixed coming in over the top. Not able to get what he's looking for. Simzi and Zap has just cut Reunited's legs out from under them. The res will come out pretty early here from Morte. Kindle's still holding on to his res, but Kindle's almost going down. He's right into the fray of things. Has to res on the cart. Will go down the Kib. 2 kills here now from Reunited. Definitely getting the better things after the res. Mafu, will he be the savior here with a barrage? Maybe. We'll see. 2 kills do come out for SG-1. They are stabilizing a little bit. Unfixed, though. Justice Ring for above. Takes out 2. Mafu had to go back and grab health. Coming in with the Justice of his own. He's going to get taken out by Morte. Yeah. So the dreams of SG-1 holding on point A kind of going away here, Hex.
Morte, a really nice play there. Was able to stay alive. Was able to clutch out a resurrection had they needed it. That's why he's getting his pistol shots in towards the end. Cleans up Mafu from the sky. Dominant performance here. Kib is already super far forward. He's going to take roof control immediately. This is where they struggled on their offense, was taking roof control. Can they do it on their defense for SG-1?
So defense right now going to try and resettle back on the top. It is definitely not a good look for SG-1, where really they need to be oppressive here. They need to buy over 5 minutes of time not to lose this match. So for them, they need to hold on this first rooftop. Mafu going straight in. They will push Reunite back for now, but Reunite's still in great shape, and they have a whole lot of ults here for this next fight, including the Dragon Blade. Kib has had a much better round here than I think we've seen from him all day long. Soundbearer now coming out here from the defense, pushing right into the offense. Soundbearer on both sides. Kib in the back line, not pulling Dragon Blade right away, looking for the normal way of taking out Mercy. In fact, Mercy gonna go down to Unfixed in the end. Unfixed will die, but not before getting the damage that he needs. And Morte still hanging on to his res. His Kindle is dead.
Yeah, able to not even... I mean, he's had this resurrection for the last 2 minutes. He hasn't had to use it. It's been just that one-sided for Reunited. They're close to actually just winning this map if they get it to this yellow square in front of the yellow square.
Death Blossom comes out early from...
took out Kennel.
I don't know what that Death Blossom is. It does take out 2 and back from Valataja. The Kib right now with the Dragon Blade going to get knocked to the ground. Fraggy trying to be the hero here. He's him with no HP against the entirety of the Reunited squad. That is not going to work out. GGs are called, and Reunited will be moving on to the winners finals.
Well, Reunited looked very good. Kib finally brought it. Yeah, he had probably his best game he has had on Reunited so far. Morte never had to use the res, so clearly he played well enough. Just pretty one-sided.
And this was this is actually a really good Death Blossom. For a second, it looked like it was a what's it called? It was a defensive Death Blossom. I was like, wait a second, that makes no sense. You look at blue, it's like, it's still in your head that blue is defense, red is attack. Not quite the case on this patch.
Well, I mean, that's just solo ulting to kill a Mercy. That's all he was trying to do there, was take down Kennel. He was able to do that. Anything else was just gravy. And yeah, I'm just happy to take down the Mercy. We are still firmly in the kill the Mercy meta. And yeah, they did it better than SG-1 did.
Alrighty, so we're going to take a look at our bracket here in a moment. I do believe we got through that pretty quickly, but we're going to take a 5-minute break before the winners finals. We will be back in just a few minutes. This is GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly EU Cup. I'm ZP, that's Hex. Be back in just a moment.